I loved the 1990s, and I think it was a fantastic decade. I was young and healthy. I looked much better. I had hair on my head. It was terrific. But the 1990s really was a decade of fantastic multilateralism. The Berlin Wall had just come down. The Cold War came to an end. Nelson Mandela comes out of jail. Apartheid in South Africa comes to an end. And I was in South Africa. I'm a South African at the time, so I was very excited about that. It's the quintessential decade of globalization. Economists talk about the long boom. They say there's going to be this endless economic growth and we're all going to be rich. Political scientists talk about the end of history. And by that they meant that because of economic integration and the spread of liberal democracy, they really believed that conflict between geopolitical rivals would just evaporate and go away. And they believed it. And this was genuinely the thinking at the time. But all of this led to a tremendous sense of multilateralism. And in the context of that, we did some very exciting things in the global health space. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But of course, this was followed by what I call polarization, like a punch in the gut. I'm not going to go through all of the points there, but I do want to say, and this is not to make any value judgment on things like BRICS and Brexit and the Trump administration. But these things did happen either as a consequence or a function of a contributing factor to an increasingly polarized world. So BRICS, for example, that started off as an economic group of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And soon to that group, there'll be the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Iran. It started as an economic club, really. It's now self-described as an economic, political, and ideological counterpart to the West.